We are live.
Okay, finally.
13 minutes. It took us 13 minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Nobody was waiting.
Hmm. Anyhow, so it's been an interesting week actually. Like, so do we just delve right into the discussion or, um,
Wait,
yeah,
Nikhil.
yeah.
The overlay isn't visible. Can you
I,
check?
I think that's because nobody's talking.
What do you mean?
Like,
Our names should be visible up there. And they
oh,
are
I see.
not.
I see. I think I have to start this thing, that website every time we stream.
Oh, do you always have to keep it open?
It seems to be the case because last time also it was on, and that's when it worked.
Okay, yeah, now it's working.
It is,
Yeah, now it's fine.
but I didn't do anything.
Strange. It just appeared on its own, I guess. Maybe it took some time to load,
Oh,
probably.
thank God. I thought I thought there were some technical glitches.
Yeah,
Let's
we
just
don't
come.
want those anymore.
Yeah. Anyhow, so do we
Yeah,
just
you were
delve?
saying,
Yeah. All right. So I was seeing, like, do you know Jack Ma, right?
wait,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but
Okay.
just before we delve into the topics or start talking about things, I just um, wanted to tell the viewers what this is about, like what exactly we're
Oh
doing
yeah,
here, right?
yeah,
If somebody's coming in who doesn't know our channel, and that'd be what 99.99% of the people,
yeah,
yeah, they'd suddenly be like they'll have no clue of what's going on.
yeah. Sure. I think we should tell them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah, sure, do it.
All right. So, um, what we do here is just talk about things, and we pick ideas, current events, and it could be anything, even movies or how movies are made. It could be music. The topics are they're pretty broad,
Yeah,
and we delve deeper into the topics, and it's like two friends talking to each other about things, but the conversation can is usually like we intend to delve deeper into the topics rather than keeping it
mm,
to the surface level.
mm,
That's the plan,
yeah,
and we hope that at some point the viewers would join us and also join the conversation
yeah. We would
and
definitely like that.
contribute to it.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
last line you said sounded more like my like the teachers who are taking online classes would
Oh.
keep asking, okay, like, please, students, say something in the chat, reply to me. Seriously.
Yeah, and I think there's another aspect to this channel that we don't explicitly talk about. It's the humor or the nature of the discussion can get pretty offensive
Oh
to
yeah, it
certain
can.
people.
I don't know what but
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I think it's pretty chill. Like, oh, like, yeah, like sometimes we talk about daisies and sunflowers, like, simple stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like,
Right.
we don't even say the J word,
I'm sorry. What? J
jihadis.
word?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Terrorism.
They're both the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Same thing.
Same thing. It's
If someone's calling themselves a jihadi, then yeah,
but is
they're
it though? Aren't like
well,
isn't
it's open to interpretation, right? The idea of jihad. So,
doesn't jihad in the strictest sense mean a civil war?
I don't like. I don't think there is one definition
I see.
to it. So people tend to interpret it in their own way. Generally, the basic idea is that you're striving towards
Hmm.
goals that lead you towards God.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like a journey towards God, or
Hmm.
a pursuit, stuff like that. So it can get pretty I think diverse depending on the person who's interpreting it.
And I think also the way people like I'm going back to my definition of it being called civil war. Even civil war in itself can mean a lot of things. Doesn't mean civil war has to be about a particular topic, right? It can also be that you're the civil war for protection of religion, right?
Well, I'm not exactly sure if it actually means civil war. Do you um,
I don't know, like
what's the source that you're using? That just curious.
what is the
Like, where did you get this information from? Just curious to know.
I think I think I was listening to one of those the Muslim, the translators, they discuss about their religion on YouTube or something, like one of them. Definitely not
Right.
Zakir Naik. What is it? I think that's Zakir Naik, right? Yeah, definitely not that guy. But
Yeah,
I,
brother asked a very good question.
I really like his response on what about evolution, man. Just brilliant.
Oh yeah,
It's a
it's not a
theory.
theory.
Yeah, it's not a
Oh
theory.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's a theory. It's not a fact.
It is a theory. Yeah. It's not a
It's
fact.
it's a theory of evolution, not fact of evolution.
It's a
Uh,
theory.
that
Nobody ever called it a fact.
that broke me for a week, man.
Yeah,
I started
he
to,
just refutes every evidence that is presented to him about evolution
yeah,
with just that one argument that
yeah,
it's a theory.
yeah, hilarious shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to what we were talking about, like yeah. So I heard that word, like like meaning of it being a civil war, but like even I don't think civil war being calling it civil war also narrows on the definition, because if you're seeing the history of like all the conflicts within a nation, civil wars have been for various reasons, sometimes very stupid reasons also. So like I don't
Mm,
think even though there might be some reason to consider civil war as like not a correct interpretation of what jihad means. I don't think it's doing its job anyway of narrowing it down.
yeah, that is also open to interpretation.
Yeah. So according to Britannica, jihad it's a meritorious struggle or effort.
Mm,
The exact meaning of jihad depends on the context. It has often been erroneously translated in the West as holy war, particularly
mm,
in the religious and ethical realm. Primarily refers to human struggle to promote what is right and prevent what is wrong. Interesting.
yeah,
So it's so
the
subjective.
struggle is
Yeah.
yeah the struggle is basically towards the way of God, or something of that sort.
Mm,
It and the problem with that is that you don't you can never know what that direction would be, right? If say for example a person interprets the religion mm, in a violent way, right?
yeah.
Thinking that um, getting rid of the infidels is the way to go.
Mm,
That that is the way of God, or the way of life one should lead. So
oh,
that becomes their struggle.
I see. But
That's
hmm.
what that can do.
Like even the last sentence that I read, right? Humans struggle to promote what is right to prevent what is wrong. Right and wrong. These are the biggest
Yeah,
questions that we can't answer. What is right and what is wrong? Like anything can be right for anybody.
highly subjective.
Very subjective. Do you think that's the issue with the religion, that is far more subjective than it should be? That it leaves so much, to interpretation. Like
There
I
are
don't know about.
I think there are.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
like I don't know that much about Bible, like, cause I haven't read the whole thing, but like I think that's also like, kind of it's not specific to what it's trying to say, right?
Yeah, not always.
Yeah.
So the idea, these Abrahamic religions, they are the text that they have usually is considered to be full of metaphors and what's the other word? Allegory, right? Is that the
What's the
am
word
I
you say?
pronouncing it right? Allegory,
I don't know if something like that existed.
allegory. I
Allegory.
guess
Allegory, yeah.
allegory. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think leggery. What is leggery?
I said allegory. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
allegory.
Yeah.
Allegory. Yeah.
I didn't hear it right, so yeah.
I had never pronounced that word before,
Allegory, yeah.
strangely.
Good.
Yeah, allegory. So it's these texts are full of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are apparently they're meant to teach you life lessons from the stories. It's not
Uh-huh.
like they're. So I think this is also one of the interpretations. It's how you see the text. Do you see it literally? Do you interpret it literally, or if you're looking at it in a different way? This is what people generally say about it:
Hmm.
is that all the stories that they tell you, they are supposed to teach you morality and other life lessons.
I see.
Um, the problem with that is, um, I think there's a problem with both sides taking something literally, especially the religious texts like these, which can I don't think they match the standards, the current standards that we have of morality.
Hmm.
They don't match that, and they diverge quite a bit. I think they're very backwards if they're being interpreted literally,
Mm-hmm.
but if they're being interpreted metaphorically,
Yeah.
um, like poems, then that also becomes a problem when the person is aggressive or has an agenda.
Hmm.
And I think people's personal desires, they always influence their interpretations. No, it's not very often that people are going to be very objective about something and interpret something and still not be sure about it, especially when it comes to religious texts.
Hmm.
So if somebody is already aggressive and violent and they're going to interpret it their way, that that can do a lot of harm to the society, and I think we are already witnessing that.
Yeah. Because I think another issue is that even though, like, like, let's assume that, the books have some merit, and I think for some people who are not violent, who just have a loving family, like to do, like, service to community, like, yeah, it is working for them. But I think the book was meant for a different time, for different age of people. I don't think,
Yeah.
like, it was written by a guy who lived in that period, and he saw what was the best way to live. Like, I'm not saying that he figured out the best way to live or he didn't figure out the best way to live, but that was his understanding of how people should live at that time. So to
Mm.
take that,
And
yeah,
the reason, wait, I just want to point something out. You're
yeah.
saying he thought, right? And I think we cannot substitute it with she here
Yeah, that's also one thing.
because that's something which is very noticeable about these texts, that it
Uh-huh.
is written from a perspective of a man.
Yeah. Like, having
Yeah.
many wives, like I know it sounds tempting, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's like whoever was writing it,
Yeah.
they were definitely like fulfilling their own personal desires while doing it.
Hmm.
Like,
I
they
like
had that intention.
I like how where, like, just like moving around any way to define the person we're talking about. Because it's so much easier, like, we can live for far longer if we do that.
Yeah, but then we don't actually know who wrote it. it doesn't
Um,
have to be the person that
or
they worship or that
is it like
they
the Bible? Like Jesus wrote something and then 100 years later somebody wrote it, because that's what
it
happened in
could
the
be.
Bible.
Here's a dangerous idea.
Oh,
They could be fictional characters.
oof. Like
Yeah.
another interesting that they said, like when people take the literal interpretation of the book, like I was reading a bit about different sects of Islam, and one which really interested me was the Ibadi sect. Right. It seems they're mainly dominant in Oman and like some regions of North Africa. Um,
Hmm.
and what interested me about them the most is that, like, when they started as a sect, they were very very much traditional and literal interpretation. Like, this is how it's supposed to be done. And I think they also had a like a leader, a kingdom. I think it was Safavids or some other kingdom that they had. I don't know which one, but and so they faced a lot of issues, for being too literal with the interpretation and very very traditional. But now if you see the Ibadi people in Oman, right? It seems they are the most liberal people out of all sects of Islam. Very very liberal. Like they don't have issues with people expressing their religion in public and whatnot. I mean, like, obviously we have people in India who are also like that, but this is about a particular sect of religion of people who have become like that as a community rather than as individuals. It's very interesting, that
Hmm.
they completely shifted their whole, what do you call, ideology to one side because they adapted to what was the best situation.
That's very interesting. I really have no idea about these people.
Ibadis.
I think I've
Hmm,
heard of Ibadis, but I don't know um, about what their ideology is
I see.
or was. But this does sound very interesting.
Yeah.
Um, you said that they have become liberal. I'm just curious, in what way?
Liberal, I wouldn't say
What way have
in
they become?
like I wouldn't say in terms of women empower, like, probably do, but they don't oppose it. At the same time, they don't promote it also. They're indifferent to differences amongst their people. That's what I'm saying. Because that seems
So
to be a,
um,
yeah. God.
they have, they have they don't employ violent ways to suppress people.
I see.
I think that
I thought I
is that one of the one of the like shifts in their ideology.
probably
I'm asking.
oh yeah, asking, okay. Like, the moment you said they don't employ, I'm like, am I wrong? They don't employ a particular sect of people. But um from what I know, like, I didn't read much about them because, like, I was trying to explore different sects of Islam other than just Sunni and Shia, because they're way too mainstream. I wanna like see the underground. So that's why I read a little bit about the Ibadis, and I don't know exactly, but I do know that they celebrate difference rather than suppress the difference. They celebrate the difference amongst people. They don't try to change it. They understand people are different and they accept it to be that way.
That's very interesting,
Yeah,
and also something new.
very much new. And I'm just
Yeah.
glad that they have a particular place where they're safe. Like, it's not like Yemen, where there's constantly war and death and all that. At least like a
Mm.
very, like, they're also a huge minority in their whole own religion. So to have a peaceful
Oh,
place where they can flourish is a huge thing for a minority.
right, right. Yeah, that's true. Hmm. I would like to learn more about these people.
Yeah, same here.
I've kind of become curious after hearing about this.
Actually, I started out with knowing, like, trying to know more about Sufi people, because, like,
Hmm.
they just, like, they fascinate me so much more than any other sect of any other religion. because
Mm.
like from what I've understood that like you can go two ways, like there are two extremes in Islam. I could be wrong about this also. One is one is the legal aspect, other is the spiritual aspect, or spiritual or theological. I don't know. I think spiritual. So apparently, the what's the name? Sufis are way more extreme when it comes to spiritual aspect. They try to spiritually
Yeah.
reach closer to God rather than with I don't know. I don't know much about them, but I've been trying to learn more about them. I haven't got the time, but they seem like a very interesting group of people.
Same. Even I want to learn more about these people. I think what they what their idea is that you don't have to um, think engage in the kind of uh, traditional ways of pleasing God,
Hmm.
right? You don't have to do it through um, through I think a group of people or somebody in a higher level,
Yeah.
say in a mosque or something. It's
Uh-huh.
more like you can connect with God directly by showing your devotion, something
Oh,
like that.
so they are the Protestants of Islam.
Could be.
because because like to think that I don't think that though they were prosecuted, were Sufis prosecuted?
uh, I don't really know about this. No,
Okay.
no idea. But
But
I do have a feeling that they were prosecuted. I don't know why, and
yeah,
I do think
I searched Sufi prosecution. I'm seeing already so many articles on it.
uh,
Why are they
mm,
targeting the Sufis? uh,
because they are like they're very
Private.
they're very apparent in what they do
Hmm.
in terms of like how different they are from
I
other
see.
sects.
I see.
So they are kind of like outcasts in a way.
Like that's what I was thinking. Like the same thing that you told, right? That you can reach God personally rather than through mosques and through like spiritual heads. It's the same thing which divided Europe and killed so many people in such a small continent. So many people died in there because one person said that maybe we shouldn't go to church. Maybe we can just pray to him in our own personal space. And people lost it. Obviously, there were
Yeah.
other aspects of it, mainly because the Roman Catholic Church in Vatican, right? They relied on people believing what is traditionally accepted Catholic to like that being the case because that's how they existed. That's how they had the kings under control. That's how
Hmm.
they were controlling, yeah, like politically controlling the whole of continent. So when Protestants came, it was not only the fact that it was considered blasphemy in a certain sense, but it was also considered like an attack on the Roman Catholic Church, and it was definitely meddled with kings acting rather more because they wanted personal gain rather than for the sake of religion.
Yeah. And it's the rebellion is understandable because you can tolerate the rule of the um, from the religion side. It could be the church or
Hmm.
whatever that is established, and it is bound to get corrupted at some point.
Yeah.
It makes sense that people wanted to bring back the original element of religion, which was spirituality and like, individualism.
Hmm.
That has it's interestingly it has happened in um, a lot of religions, right? I think even in if I'm not wrong, Jainism is also is based around a similar philosophy.
Hmm.
I remember reading about that religion, and they
Uh-huh.
were they don't worship a god that is maybe you know more about this than I do, right? Do
Mm. I probably
Jainism?
don't know that much, but all I from all I know is that they have certain like teachers. I can't say the word in Hindi because I'm gonna stammer. Gurus, gurus. I can say it. Cool. Yeah. So they had, I think, around 26 of them or something. Wait, I'll see. 24 gurus. Yeah, they're called Tri- Tri- Tritankaras. I hope I'm spelling it right.
That's a difficult word
Yeah,
for
and
you.
considering my impediment, it's just torture. It's just mean. So these people, they came before Buddhism, actually. I think 100 years before Buddhism, and they established many important things about ahimsa, like all that, about non attachment from things, abstinence from sensual pleasures and all that stuff. Um,
Hmm.
so a lot of things that Hindu say that we have is a lot of came from Jains, actually. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, and like over like I know a lot of people like this is another reason why we'll probably die, but apparently it is the Jains and the Buddhists who told Hindus that maybe you shouldn't eat cows. I'm not
Oh,
kidding. Yeah, like Hindus used to eat cows before, and then it was the Jains and Buddhists who were pure vegetarians. Obviously, they still drank milk and all that because they aren't morons like vegans. But
okay.
no, like vegans have logical sense. They are just annoy me a lot. But but the Jains and all, they were like, maybe you shouldn't kill animals to eat. Maybe like plants are enough. Like Jains went a very different way. They were like, you shouldn't eat anything that is grown in the ground. So they don't eat potatoes, they don't eat onions, they don't eat garlic. It's such a difficult life.
Hmm. Now that's taking it to a whole different level. I
Yeah,
think
and
they took veganism to a different level.
yeah, they were like, we like some of your stuff, but not the whole of it. So
Yeah.
I actually think they don't drink milk or any dairy product also, because it comes from it, like they're taking it from the animal, right? I think they do take that aspect from veganism also, that they're
Hmm.
hurting the animal when they're doing that, so they don't take milk. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but
Could be that. It could be
yeah.
that. Yeah. Because it's not much about, I think, hurting the animal. That could be part of it.
Hmm.
But there's another aspect. It's that if you're talking about milk, for example,
Hmm.
it is considered that it is like it is being created for the child, not
Yeah,
for
exactly.
us.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we are being selfish and stealing it,
Hmm.
right? So maybe that could be another aspect.
Definitely, definitely.
The reason
And
they don't drink milk.
and if you actually see, like how the division of casteism was done in Hinduism, right? Like like now we see like it is set in stone, but when it was originally introduced, as something that people should follow, it wasn't so rigid. It wasn't meant to segregate societies. It is just meant to like know what is who and what are they doing, where do they come from. It's to have a category rather than a segregation. So
Hmm.
after it became a set thing, like this is how it is, you are lower than me, when that became a thing. So when things like Jainism, Buddhism, even Christianity and Islam came, so the people who were in the lowest order thought that like maybe we can find something here, maybe we'll get actually respected here. So a lot of people
Hmm.
shifted from all these places, they went to this. I think Buddhists also like vehemently disagreed with casteism. Like they found it extremely horrible thing to do to humans, because by that point it had become a horrible thing. But
Yeah.
it's
I
like it's
mean,
very, yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine.
Yeah, so the whole thing about Jains and Buddhism, like I think to a certain extent, considering the fact that the Indian subcontinent has been less laden with like bloodshed comparatively to the Middle East and what's the other one, Europe, like before the Britishers came and told that maybe you don't this land doesn't belong to you, we are white. Like
Yeah.
like before that, I think they were mainly peaceful. Like other than Ashoka and few instances where it does become violent, and even Akbar. But what is it gonna say? I forgot. I think it's been a main thing for like people in the Indian subcontinent to figure out a more spiritual way to live, to with nature and with people. So like there existed a different religion in India which actually died out. They were called the Ajivikas. So the
Mhm.
Ajivikas, they were atheists in the like, if you want a very simple explanation of what they were. So um
I remember hearing about this. There
hmm,
was like schools of thoughts that were very much
yeah,
atheistic,
yeah,
right? Which are no longer there now.
exactly. So before Buddhism and Jainism came, I know they became the rivals for Hinduism, right? It like the Ajivikas, they were actually a main like rival before they even came in. I think these people existed 300 years before Buddhism and Jainism even came. But unfortunately, it died out because I think people needed religion back then. Like it was something that if didn't exist, it would, I don't know. Like I think people needed religion back then more than now.
Hmm. That's a very interesting topic to. I think I would love to talk about that. Whether or not people still need religion.
Huh. Hmm.
There are people who still say that there will be a group of people who will always require religion to lead their lives, no matter what.
Hmm.
So there will always be a place for religion in society.
Yeah.
Um, we can delve into that, but I just wanted to mention something about Jainism before we move on.
Sure. Sure.
We were talking about the idea of religions diverging from the general idea of worship and becoming
Um.
more spiritual, right?
Actually, I would make a
Spiritual.
correction in that. Sorry, apologies for disturbing. But
Go ahead.
Jainism and Buddhism went and they went didn't diverge from Hinduism. They literally told, we do not agree with what you're saying. We will find a better way to live. And
They
and
completely abandoned it.
yeah, and
Mm.
like to a certain extent, obviously, because eventually they didn't mix up. But what the thing here is that, like till I can remember, people have been telling that Buddhism and Jainism is Hinduism, bro. It is not different. But I would disagree with that. It is very much not, because like after Buddha was born and he did all this cool shit, it was like, bro, how about you smoke this shit and just shut up, and we just talk about philosophy 24/7. And so Hindus were like, this guy is cool. Maybe we should add him to our roster. So what they did, like, Krishna, like the god Vishnu of Hinduism, right? He was having this thing about having 10 avatars. Like he takes 10 different roles, 10 different bodies. He comes to the earth and he helps mankind move forward in a better direction. Like he's the one who came as Ram. He's the one who came as Krishna. He took many of
Right.
the
He has
avatars.
many forms.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they what they did, they told, hey, Buddhism, like Buddha, he's also, Vishnu's only there. Like one like
One of the
yeah.
avatars.
Yeah, one day Vishnu was like, "Hey, this is not right. I have to come down there," and he just became Buddha. Like he was born as Buddha, and that fucking
Well,
pisses me off. Like,
let's be born as a hippie this time.
yeah,
Maybe
let's be
that's
born
what
as a
he saw.
hippie. Yeah, definitely. I guarantee you, Jesus Christ and Gautam Buddha, man, both of them were guaranteed hippies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
it's like Amazon, right? Like they find something, they find a startup working well, we'll just appropriate it. That's what real Buddhism. They just appropriated the religion.
Mm.
Yeah.
They kind of broadened their brand.
And something interesting about, the Dashavatars of Vishnu, right? So there have been only 9 avatars until now. The 10th one is supposed to be in the future, and he's gonna kind of bring the end of world,
Ah,
but in a very
right.
different way, in not the way it sounds. But I think you were saying something about divergence of religion, right? I think we should finish that first.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
there's a particular aspect of Jainism which I was reading about,
Hmm.
which I found very intriguing.
Hmm.
It's the idea that the that there is a God,
Hmm.
but he is not a personal God.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't listen to your prayers. He's not there to do things for you, which I think is a
Very
if
different. Yeah.
if I ever became religious or like started believing in the idea of a god, that
Yeah.
would be the closest thing that I would believe in, because like I think that the existence of a god is highly improbable, and I don't think God exists.
Hmm.
But if he exists, he or she or that
It's
thing
definitely like a
exists.
Jain god.
Yeah, the it it wouldn't make sense that the god would care about us humans
Yeah.
from the way things look like here on earth. And like, you can come up with so many arguments for it, that it if there is a god, then he is not there for us.
Hmm.
He is and he's also not the perfect kind. He's not benevolent.
Hmm.
The other properties can be, I don't know, that can be debated, but it's definitely not all loving.
Yeah. Like even I would think that would be the most plausible understanding of if God exists, right? Because because people tell that God is here to to make people walk on the right path. I don't think he's doing a very good job with that. Like since I've read a lot of history, right? And since I've read, people have not been following the right path. um like that's one of them. Like I think what you pointed out about the god is that his indifference to human existence is what's the main focus here. That he doesn't
Yeah.
care, even if it does exist, because like uh um I hear this argument by many Hindus, right? So they're like, like everybody just looking at the sky and looking all around, waiting for a chamatkar from God, waiting from a miracle for a God to do. Then only he'll believe in God. It's not like they can just believe in God because honestly, otherwise God does a miracle, doesn't believe. But that is the essential requirement to believe something exists, is for it to prove it exists, right?
Yeah.
So 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 that's the same thing with the Jain God. He doesn't care even if I exist or not exist, because he's not affecting our life. I don't like I'm thinking about, in my opinion, even if he does exist, I don't think he's affecting humans in any way.
Mm,
Yeah.
um, or he is running a cruel experiment.
Oh,
Yeah.
like like the Matrix.
Or an abandoned experiment.
Hmm. Or maybe it's a Sims game that he just left on and went away.
Yeah.
He went for a party and like he just forgot he kept the laptop on.
Yeah, it's still running.
Yeah. Like the moment I say that, I'm just reminded that Elon Musk has the same theory. I just think I don't want to
Um,
be like,
simulation.
yeah. I don't think I want to be in the same thought process as that guy, because it's not like
Why not?
I think he's one of those guys, who just says smart things because they sound smart. I'm not saying he's not smart to a certain extent, and he can't say smart things occasionally, but I think he does that a lot in between. He just says smart things because they sound smart, rather than because he actually
Mm,
thinks that they are the thing because they are like that.
Yeah. So his argument for I don't think he actually put forward like a proper argument that says that we are living in a simulation. He basically says that
Hmm.
human development, like what we can see, um, we the things that we have already created are already very impressive,
Hmm.
and the development keeps on going in the right direction, which is, the complexity keeps on increasing, and at some point, um, we will reach a point that we'll be able to simulate a universe, perhaps.
Hmm.
If you're able to do that, we can also assume that we are already living in a simulation that somebody else has created.
Hmm. Yeah.
The argument goes something like that, but it's like he says that the odds are very high
Yeah.
that it is very likely that we're in a simulation. But
Uh-huh.
what are the factors that we're considering here?
Hmm.
We don't even know how life starts.
Yeah.
So how can we even assume that there was intelligent life elsewhere? And like we don't even know what kind of realm we are talking about here.
Yeah.
So there's a shitload of assumptions in this argument.
Yeah, but I think I think what would make sense out of his statement is that it would make us living in a simulation far more plausible if we were able to make our own simulation. It would make it more plausible to accept the possibility that maybe that is the case.
See, yeah, I agree with that, and I think that it is a possibility, but we shouldn't be um, saying that it is the case because we don't know.
Hmm.
And the way we are calculating probability of that, um, the case that we are in a simulation, we don't have enough information to actually calculate a good enough probability
Hmm.
that'll tell us anything about it. So it is definitely something we can consider,
I
that we
see.
are living in a simulation, but I wouldn't go as far as Elon Musk does to say that it is highly probable that we are already living in a simulation. Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting.
and
I was Yeah. Go ahead.
there's another. I think it's very compelling to think about that we are in a simulation. It could just be, you can the simulation probably you can say that it lasted for about
A few seconds.
5 or yeah, you can say seconds or maybe a few minutes,
Yeah,
and
but
that's the entire period of the universe's existence for us from this perspective.
yeah.
It's kind of like we're how we experience time differently in a dream.
Do you know?
Could be.
Did you know what I just said now is also a part of Hinduism. I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's said about Shiva. I think Mahadev or I don't know which god. I think Brahma. I think it said that the whole u- universe exists within the blink of Brahma's eye. Like the moment he finishes blink, right, the world starts, exists, and ends in that much period.
That's a really crazy idea
Yeah,
for considering the time it originated.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and I think there are so many, like, um what do you call, what's the word for that, hypocritical aspects of many religion, including Hinduism, but I see that very much in Christianity actually. Like, if you truly understand what Jesus was trying to preach, that is not at all what people are following right now. It is so much the opposite. Like, Jesus was hippie, was the original hippie of the world. Like, he said people shouldn't own gods. Like, he shouldn't be in in temples and all that. He said that, and he also said that like we should service the poor. We shouldn't use violence to solve situations, all that stuff. And
I doubt that he was the first person to say that. It's just
definitely,
that he got popular.
yeah. Like I told you about the movie, right? I think the movie's name is The Man Who Walked the Earth, and it exactly
Uh-huh.
deals with this aspect. I told you to watch the movie before. I don't think you have, but it deals with the
The
like,
man.
yeah.
Huh.
It's a kind of a art film actually. It's not something that is like is famous and discussed all over. Let me just check. The Man Who is that the movie? Like it has a very big spoiler, so um like don't read the synopsis also.
Okay.
Let me just see.
Wait, are you talking about the man from Earth?
I think it's Man from Earth. Yeah, probably that.
Oh, I've already seen the movie.
Wait one sec.
Is that the one that is like shot in
A Room.
yeah,
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 just
complete.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, what's the movie?
and
Oh
there's no cut in the scene,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
In any it
It
continues.
keeps going on, and he tells that he's actually living for. He's an immortal guy technically.
Yeah, because
Oh
his
wow.
body regenerates.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
surprised they watched.
and I've seen
We can discuss so much about that movie.
it's a great movie. I
I love
really
that.
love it. The
Yeah.
way the plot changes,
Yeah, and
and
even though there's just exposition the whole movie,
yeah,
it doesn't feel like disingenuous, or like they're just being lazy with it. It feels so engaging to hear him keep on talking about it.
true. It's so brilliant that they were able to do that in just by sitting in a living room and just
Yeah,
talking. That's the entire movie, but it's so interesting.
because it's written so well, directed so well, and the cinematography is just beautiful. And I think that's what it shows, right? You don't have to be like big. You don't have to have like lots of millions of dollars to make a movie. You can just make it just by being in a living room. I think we should talk.
Yeah.
We should talk more about the movie than about the plot of the movie. Than since we know what it is, you also know. Um,
Hmm.
though I think we should let's just give a warning, spoiler warning.
Are you
Anybody want?
sure that you talk about the movie right now? It's just that we've been talking about movies even in the last stream a lot. So
But this is very much involved with religion. That's why I want to talk about it. Like
sure, go ahead.
I no, not about the filmmaking aspect, mainly about
The idea.
the content of it. So it's different. I'll just put the link in the chat. Oh, I have to sign into the chat. All right. Like as we're doing that, I think you can give a brief summary of the movie.
Well, I I
Actually,
wouldn't.
don't give a summary.
Uh,
That's still the
yeah,
important part.
that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That'll spoil the
Yeah.
entire movie if anyone's watching. And I think we can just talk about. I don't know. Can we talk about its the concept without actually spoiling it?
I don't think we
Because
can because
yeah,
this because that's the whole that's the main aspect of it, right? Um that big reveal that it is like
yeah.
we are given spoiler warning. It's not like anybody's gonna watch it. Okay, yeah, we can actually see the text coming up. So I think the plugins are working at least, but I don't think people can access the link like that, can they?
Um, I
Uh,
think it'll show up in the live chat if anybody is
no, like
watching,
they can't
and
they can't
if
click on the link
anybody
and go there.
watches, no, they can copy and paste.
I'll just put the movie name. You know.
Sure.
So as I was saying, right? Well, I think we're giving spoiler warning, so it's fine. So anybody
Okay.
who's still watching, like who doesn't mind having the movie spoiled, which I would strongly suggest if you want to know about this, it's a very good movie, and the message is very good. So like if you're anyhow interested in the movie, please don't listen to this because
Yeah, just skip this part.
yeah, skip this part. Um, so the main thing is that he's an immortal guy, and for some period he traveled all across the world. He also came to India. Then he met the Buddha, and he learned about his philosophy about non-violence, about giving to the poor, about living life in limit rather than living it lavishly and with lust. So then he comes to the the Levant or the Middle East, the western part of the Middle East where Israel is right now, and he preaches the same thing. And people just like they give him the name. They really give him the name, or is that his real name? Jesus Christ.
No, he never had. I'm not sure what his real name is,
No,
but
no, no, no.
he has
Like
names
did he tell his name was Jesus Christ to the people, or just people just award him that name?
I think they did. People did.
Yeah.
From what
So
I remember, he didn't call himself that.
hmm. So
Yeah.
so then people just like people start listening to him, then they accept him up, like accept his philosophy and all that. Um, and then like people then start calling him Jesus Christ. So what it means is that Buddhism, like Christianity, is kind of a branched out of Buddhism. But more than that, it's about the fact that that how similar the thoughts of Christianity and Buddhism are, and how like it's just one man who changed so much for the world. I think
Mm.
it's so amazing that that they were able to do that in that movie and make it sound so, yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, they made the like with just one assumption
Yeah.
that the body can regenerate itself and humans can live
Exactly, yeah, that too.
for such a long time.
Hmm.
If that is accepted,
Hmm.
if you can accept that, then the rest suddenly becomes believable.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
which is very cool.
Yeah.
It's
and
beautifully written.
and also they don't just like they're like, yeah, that's the thing, then let's move on. They don't keep like that. They also create a conflict with that logic at the same time. Like obviously
Mm.
like he tells it in a very nonchalant, not a nonchalant way, but says it in a way by which, like, as a viewer we can think that this could be possible, but at the same time the characters within the movie are still like disagreeing with with the speaker, and they're trying to like tell them that we like you're all bullshitting, this couldn't be true. And they go through the
Yeah,
whole process of disproving him while not being able to disprove him. Like he just gives more and more reasons why it makes sense.
yeah. And it's like it's either the guy is telling the truth or he's messing with them.
Yeah,
That's what the viewer is also thinking, and also the participants in the conversation in the movie. They're more like they are thinking more towards um, the second aspect, that is that he is just messing with them.
yeah, but that's how it
And
starts, right?
as the movie
And
progresses,
yeah, exactly, yeah,
yeah, it's like they start. It's like everyone is in disbelief. Like
yeah,
they can't believe that it is true, but everything he says makes sense.
yeah. But as time passes, people start thinking that, yeah, like he's actually making sense, and as time passes, everybody accepts his philosophy. But the
Uh, Not entirely.
I think there's only one person who disagreed, right?
He majorly disagrees,
Yeah.
and then he realizes
No, it
something happens in the end.
wasn't it the woman, the girl who was like, like, you, this is blasphemy, you can't say this about the Lord and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, but that guy who at the end was like, oh, I thought you were saying telling the truth, and then he tells him
Yeah.
that he's the father. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh wow, that, like, a twist within,
that's
like,
not.
so many twists in one
Yeah,
movie, and it's not even action, like it's just dialogue within just one space. Amazing, man. I
it's
think,
crazy.
yeah, pretty good movie.
I think people should definitely watch it.
Oh
I
yeah, highly
I would
recommended.
totally recommend this to movie to anyone.
Yeah, highly recommend the movie.
Highly recommend it. Yeah,
Though that's very common for me to say that I recommend too many movies to you.
yeah. I
Hmm.
rarely do.
Yeah, like today only I think I finished watching three movies. So
Oh,
Yeah, I watched one of the Pirates of the the that word I can't pronounce.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean, yeah. I think the third movie. I'm watching it plainly for the sake of entertainment because I feel it does that very well, and it's only upheld because of Johnny Depp's acting. That man
Mm,
is an absolute legend, man. Like he acts as Captain Jack Sparrow so well. And I think another movie that I've not finished watching is Nosferatu. I finally started watching it today,
I
but I
remember about it.
yeah. And
Mm.
and from what I've seen in the movie, I think it's different from the way I described it to you actually. Like the disdain part still exists about him looking like that, but it's not. The narrative is a little different.
I see.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Mm.
let's not go completely into movies again. But
Yeah.
yes, I think today has been an interesting discussion. We were able to have many um you know topics that will highlight, especially
Interestingly, we
yeah.
didn't even plan that we were going to talk about this today.
Yeah, that's why it took it so long. Like we started 14 minutes after we went live.
Yeah. It's interesting how one topic flows into another.
Yeah, pretty good.
Mm.
Should I move to the outro?
Sure.
Okay.
It's been how long? 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 15 minutes was just the starting screen.
Oh, the outro is blank.
Oh,
Okay, it's coming. It's coming now. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know
Must
where
be
is.
your PC.
Yeah, must be my PC. Still haven't purchased the new RAM. I'll do it in a few days. But yeah,
I'm also coming back.
mm,
Yeah,
maybe it
we'll
should be.
talk about that later in
Yeah, after later
person.
on. Personal chat. Yeah. But yeah, I think this was a very uh, productive, not productive, I would say, but engaging conversation that we have today. At least from mine and your perspective, I would say at least.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree too.
hmm.
But I would like to reach a point where we start to seriously disagree with each other.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be very interesting. I
yeah.
wonder
We need to
where
find we
that.
need to find some like I think we discussed before we went live, right? Like free will is something that we disagree on.
Hmm.
Um,
Have you explored the idea well enough that you have a like perhaps a strong opinion on it?
I only thought about it from a like non-argumentative argumentative. I think that's right. Angle. Like I thought about it very personally. I never like thought about it whether it can upheld. I can uphold it in an argument.
Hmm.
So I'll have to like export it into a different logic to think about like that. I haven't done that until now. I'll probably do it in a few days since it's a topic that we disagree on, something that can be interesting for intriguing for people to listen to. We're using that word a lot. I think we should add that to the mix. Absolutely cynical, interesting, degenerates.
Okay.
How many times did you use that word interesting?
We'll just use a pretentious counter and no, I think this won't work as pretentious. I don't know. Self praise maybe.
Self praise, yeah. We are so interesting people. Such interesting people. Yeah, but
Hmm. Another
hmm,
another idea that I would like to talk about, which I mentioned previously,
hmm,
is how religion applies today, and will we outgrow it, or do some people really need it?
yeah.
That'll be. I think we can talk about it in next stream.
Yeah, we probably won't disagree on it, but we may have different opinions. I wouldn't call it disagreement though. Like,
Hmm.
um,
I feel that we might disagree on things about it, but
but
like,
but I remember if we when we discussed on free will, like we had far more like I wouldn't call it hostile, but comparatively it is more hostile compared to our discussions And I feel like a discussion about like whether religion still has a place in the world would be more of an exploration rather than a debate.
True, true. Yeah, that
Yeah, but we
that I
can probably
agree.
see how it goes when it does, because we seem to have a very um, impromptu approach to discussions, which I'm glad we do.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not sure if the listeners will like it, but
Yeah.
should we care?
Well, when
We-
we start getting viewers, we will care.
yeah, actually. But
Um,
then
hmm,
I think we'll still, if we still value this over scripted or planned conversation, and if we
yeah.
still value a lot more value in this over
Hmm,
that,
hmm,
we'll stick with this, no matter what people say.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
I think this has been a long, or like nice video. Nice. I'm using the word nice. Oof. Okay.
so
Um.
we'll let people decide. No, we
Yeah.
don't have to say anything about the
Yeah.
video
Just
or
leave a
the stream.
long chain of comments just saying nice. That's a very common meme. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Um, please like and subscribe. We should. I keep saying this. We should add that to the outro and the end screen.
We'll record it.
Yeah.
That
Um.
part it should just play when you when the last screen plays.
mm.
I think that'll work better.
But
But
I think if it's visually available to people, I think it'll be better.
sure,
Yeah.
we can do that too.
Yeah. I think that'll be better. But anyhow,
Whoever is watching, you should subscribe,
yeah.
like the video, share
Subscribe,
it.
like share it, please do that too, and try watching us when we are streaming, because we would feel that like at least people are going out of their way to watch what you're putting out. Like people are probably would be, but if you watch a live stream, it would be far more encouraging for us,
Yeah, and more engaging too if
engaging
people
too,
join the
definitely.
conversation.
Yeah, like if you have difference of opinion, we welcome it, because it only enhance our conversation. Like
I think we
disagree,
really need that.
yeah. But obviously they need to be civil. That's an essential quality. But I think we both are way too civil for to disagree on. At least between amongst ourselves, we are way too civil to have a disagreement. But we would like to have civil disagreements. Civil disagreements. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Um, anything
Yeah,
else,
thank
Mas?
you for